Manchester United kicked out of the FA Cup by Chelsea in emphatic fashion, 3-1. The final score. Man United far from their scintillating best that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. How are you feeling?
I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. I expected this. I think I told a lot of United fans that this was going to happen. The loss was coming somewhere. So it's a bit frustrating, obviously, that it's in this manner, but I expected it, man. And whether fans like to hear that or not, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm real, man. I knew changes were going to happen, and this is the result.
Well, to be fair, it's good to have someone who thought similar to me. Obviously, you mentioned briefly regarding the changes and the fact that you expected. What made you feel that we were going to come into this game? Well, why were you not confident coming into this game? Because obviously we've been on fantastic form.
Because, you know what? Because I think fans forget that we have played this formation a few times, especially against Chelsea, and it's been successful. But if you do it over and over and over, you're giving the opposition the opportunity to say, we know what they're going to do. We have to counter it. And whether people also like to hear it or not, despite the fact that some of these players hit form later on, before the lockdown happened, before that run started happening, these players were the same players that were very inconsistent on the pitch. So I don't expect much from these guys. I don't expect much from Fred. I don't expect, you know my feelings on Maguire already. So the result like this, I look at the team and people are like, oh, you shouldn't have arrested this guy. Look, they've beaten Chelsea before. They've beaten them 3 times. They're more than good enough to win the game. There's no excuses on that. It was poor individual errors that made the result go to 3-0, if we're being completely blunt and honest with it. So this is why we need depth.
Let's talk about the individual errors, because obviously there's a few that stand out more than others. You know, I don't want to scapegoat it because that's not what I'm about personally. But we can't not address the elephant in the room. David De Gea. Just talk to me about David De Gea today.
I don't know what you want to say, man.
The whole season as well. It's not even today, is it, really? I wish it was just today. And it was just a random blip that he's had. But
it's been a while, man.
It's been 18 months of consistent... Not because I don't want to use the word consistent, but frequent mistakes.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. And today was just taking a mick. You know what? For the first one, I can kind of forgive him a little bit. Not forgive him completely, but because anyone that watches the replay, you see him made a save with his right hand, and then it sort of hit his leg that he's left behind him, and it's gone in. I can forgive you for that. That's kind of unlucky. But the second one, I mean, come on. I mean, you got to palm that away. And, you know, someone messaged me and said that he did the same thing against City in his first game when Dzeko shot from long range. It sort of swerved away. I was like, no, that's different. That one completely swerved away. This was a team effort. If we're being completely blunt honest with you. You can't. You have to save that. You have to save that. If you're a top level goalkeeper, forget about world class. Forget about top 3 in the Premier League. If you're a Premier League goalkeeper, you have to be saving that, and he didn't. So it was shocking. Yeah, it was terrible.
We've got a comment here from Wes of the United Way saying terrible from De Gea to this. He obviously echoes your sentiment. We've also got another comment here by Benji. I'll let you read this one out.
He thinks I'm mad. He's so angry about it, and I get it. But I told him we're gonna lose this game. I told him, and he doesn't want to hear it. But
his boy Daniel must be giving it him though, because in the video leading up to the end of the preview, he wasn't confident, so obviously he must be getting some shit now. But let's talk about the overall performance today. Where do you think it went wrong? Like, for me personally, there was obviously we've talked about the system, like the fact that we played it 3 times. I think that's where Ollie lost the game for me. I think Ollie is massively culpable for the performance today.
Yeah. He didn't surprise Chelsea with anything new. I think we all knew he was going to rest players. You know, I always say players take responsibility, because as much as the tactic was expected, the overall just doing basics on the ball, the team just weren't capable of doing it. You know what I mean? Like today, I'm sure you heard the commentators over and over again gassing up Bruno Fernandes. I love the guy. He's just trying. He's been fantastic for us. But today he was shocking. Absolutely shocking. It is what it is. And he's not the only one.
What do you put it down to? Because like for me personally, I don't want to make excuses for the players because they're professional footballers, but surely the fatigue factor has to be a thing, because I've never seen a team pass the ball away so cheaply, consistently in one game. And I'm not saying that we play fantastic football week in, week out, but it just looks the players. You've played football. I've played football. When obviously when you're playing with your mates 5-a-side or whatever it may be, you go on and on and on. But in the last 10 minutes, when everyone's knackered, you're making stupid mistakes because everyone's fatigued, and it just comes across like that. What do you think regarding that?
No, it's fact. I think everyone forgets about human bodies in general. When you're tired, when you're really tired, you can't do things at 100%. That's wonderful. You can't do things at 100%. So
Yeah,
you
it's
can't do
not.
things at 100%. One, like, at the end of the day, that's just facts. Look at these guys. Ole, with loads of ease. No, but it's true. You can't do things at 100%. But then I also come and say, for example, Fred hasn't been playing consistently, so there's no excuse for him.
Yeah.
Brandon Williams, obviously he got injured, but beforehand Luke Shaw's playing a lot of games. He wasn't terrible. He was actually one of the better players, kind of. But you know, I say that because he's the best out of a bad bunch, which is not a compliment.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, it's not a compliment at all. Fatigue does play a part, but at the end of the day, when you can't even do the basics right, I can't even talk about fatigue. I still can and say, bro, you just didn't turn up today, and that's what it is. And Chelsea did. They weren't even out. They didn't even go into third gear. They got their goal simply, and they just held it off, and they deserved it.
Fair enough. Benji's obviously quite adamantly blaming Ali. I'm trying not to laugh here, but where do you think Ali got it wrong today? Because it's quite clear that the system, the tactics, the way we approached the game, it just wasn't right, was it?
I think he should have been a lot more brave at attacking Chelsea because Rudiger and Kurt Zuma are not convincing. Azpilicueta is good, but he's on the decline. And for a fact that Reece James and Marcus Alonso are going to bomb forward a lot. So you've got an opportunity to attack them. I think he should have stuck with the 4-3-3 instead of the 3-5-2. And I think he should let Daniel James just play as a wide right winger instead of two forwards. That for me is something that you have to know as a manager. You have to know your opponent because there's no reason why you can beat them 3 at times and then this performance comes in and suddenly is a shocker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would say, for that, I will get onto his neck because I don't think you need to change formation too tough. And I think despite us conceding goals, we actually looked a lot more convinced, no, not convincing, a little bit more better as a 4 at the back rather than the 5. When it was the 5, Jesus, I thought we were going to get hit for 4 or 5 anyway. So...
I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were just terrible throughout. Even when we went to 4 at the back, I wasn't massively.
Oh, well, shocking! Yeah,
I wasn't massively we look like a completely different team because.
Oh no.
It was just one of them days, and like we were just terrible all over the park. But hopefully, we can bounce back on Wednesday, man. How are you feeling going into that game now?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good because Tottenham did us a huge favour today. Huge.
I know.
So. We just now have to take advantage of that. They were saying about we need 2 draws, I guess, and we'll be fine. By the end of the day, I'm not looking at 2 draws. Win this game, and then you can go to Leicester and draw the game. I don't care.
Yeah,
because that's us going for a top 4, and then also Chelsea still got Liverpool and Wolves anyway. So let's win our games. Forget about them. If we win our game, Chelsea lose, and then Chelsea drop points against Wolves and Leicester. I'm sure Leicester United fans will be happy in the stadium together, but it doesn't matter. Let's just win our games and then everyone else can do them.
What fans in the stadium, by the way? What fans in the stadium?
Good point. I just remember.
And on that note, we'll catch you on the player race. Thank you, Kojo.
No worries.
Peace.